And we're back. The second series of the day, guys. It's Scary Faces versus London Conspiracy. London Conspiracy was once the challenger. Actually, they started the tournament as they were the highest seeded team, but they lost their challenge, I think, yeah, against Lemon Dogs. But then Lemon Dogs was the challenger, and they also didn't beat their enemy. So Burden United is actually in this tournament so far the only team that actually won twice in a row. Everybody else, every challenger was defeated by the challengee. That is a very interesting story, isn't it? And we still have 4 more days to come, which also means we have more giveaways to come. First of all, congratulations to, I already forgot the name, I'm sorry.
eMonster31.
eMonster31, yeah. Thanks for taking part in the giveaway, and congratulations, you are now the owner of a Black Widow by Razer, of course sponsored. So shout out to them for giving some nice hardware out to the viewers here. Of course, thanks for being here. You are watching me, Mr. Heflamoke, and of course on the other side of the world there is Mr. Mikelorus. We're casting this for you. I hope you enjoyed so far. Let's go into this last best of 3 here in the Hitbox Challenger series by Razer.
Super long series, and I still maintain Razer, and if anyone's listening, that the tournament name would have been better if it was Razer's Hitbox Challenge, but I don't know, man. I'm just saying it's a little bit too late, but whatever. London Conspiracy going to actually ban out the Shadow Demon, which is, here that Scary Faces, I believe, like to run a little bit more so than other teams. But still, it's a first pick Shadow Demon. That's, I mean, let's just say not exactly a Queen of Pain, not exactly a Shadow Fiend type power level of hero, but regardless, it should be a rather even one, and hopefully it's going to be not as grueling and not as long as our previous set, which did run awfully late.
Absolutely. I mean, so far they're holding back. They don't want to show too much, or they just want to think about, like, do they want to have a Queen of Pain? Scary Faces has the first pick, so I think they're exactly at the crossroad where they have to think about Queen of Pain or not. They go for a Darkseer. Okay. I did not see this coming.
Yeah, I didn't see this one coming either, but Darkseer's pretty strong, I guess, but is he Queen of Pain strong? Probably not. So we'll see what London Conspiracy actually want to do with these bans. If you do have, kind of weirder bans to start things off, usually the 2 bans that you make share something in common, like, oh, these are heroes with lockdown, or heroes very good up against anti-mage or something like that. But right now, Shadow Demon and Darkseer, they share very little in common. And London Conspiracy is just going to grab a pretty vanilla opening with Undying and Shadow Fiend. It's pretty aggressive, it's pretty strong, but these bans, what are these bans?
They're very, very exotic, to be honest, but it's good because, like, now we finally see some heroes coming through, like the Queen of Pain, like the Undying, like the Winter Wyvern. I mean, Winter Wyvern always means action. It always means sudden turnaround, sudden turns in fights against all of the predictions. Suddenly, like from a 2-1 trade, 3-1 trade, you turn it around, and the team that has the upper hand is suddenly getting a team wipe in their face. So that's why I like it. Also, the Undying coming through again. I mean, he did so much work. Last game, for example, this Tombstone is just a plague, and that's why I'm happy to see it again.
It does set in a team more so on the aggressive path than other heroes such as the Winter Wyvern. Gyrocopter is still available right now, so it should be, if not banned out by Scary Faces, picked up by London Conspiracy. Fits pretty well with the Undying, but they're going to take care and ban out the Naga Siren. So I like how London Conspiracy are approaching this Undying. They also have the flexibility of grabbing a Spirit Breaker and having a very similar draft as the last game's winners of BU, but Undying Spirit Breaker, it is going to hurt. Well, not anymore.
Absolutely. I'm just busy handing out some codes here, so if you wonder why I'm so absent-minded.
Just throwing out the loot, making it rain with virtual codes.
Yes.
The codes are so freaking hard to redeem, dude. Like, they hide it in this this little corner of the internet, but London Conspiracy, they're going to grab a Bloodseeker. It's a, pretty solid hero, pretty stable hero. Is kind of rarely gonna ever be truly a bad hero, but does he fit in with the Undying? I don't really know if he does. As far as lanes are concerned, Undying really does need to be played super aggressively, ideally versus 2-3 heroes. And Bloodseeker doesn't really want to be in that scenario. For the early portions of the game, Bloodseeker really just wants to sit back, do nothing, and last hit until he gets at least his level 6. if needed, yeah, he can get some action with the buffs of Thirst, but now that Scary Faces draw a Storm Spirit, Bloodseeker is looking potentially a little bit worse. Same thing for Undying and Shadow Fiend. I like how Scary Faces are pressing onward with this draft.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw so many strong Storm Spirits coming our way, so I wouldn't even say it's a like first ban material still, because it's not that dominant in the European scene, but like, yeah, I still have this aftertaste from the Chinese tournaments where Storm Spirit suddenly transitioned throughout the tournament into like a first ban material. All the Storm Spirits we saw today, they completely own. Of course, there is now on the other side already something that can really shut you down. That is, for example, the Beastmaster. So you might sub in, get roared, and then, yeah, you're not a happy Storm Spirit anymore. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have it again. And I actually like this pick here. They don't have a Tusk, right? Which is gonna limit the capabilities of this hero. But LondonConspiracy have 3 melee heroes. It may be a little bit worse since actually there's a Beastmaster on the other end, so landmines with Boar, that's not the best. But right now, Scary Faces should be looking for heroes to punish melee heroes, and Techies is one of, if not the best at doing that.
Definitely, and well, where's the synergy though? That's what I'm kind of looking for. I mean, we had one Techies that was completely independently played. We had one Techies that was played in a combination with the Tusk, and you saw that the Tusk combination was way stronger, like by 100% stronger.
Pudge ban.
Hmm?
Pudge ban.
Pudge ban. Just because that would be something they could actually go for. They have 2 cores. They have Winter Wyvern, a support Pudge, and a Techies. I think that would not have been enough punch as a whole team to actually do something. It would have come down to like a really slow loss. But well, they get Zeus, so they have some scouting for the mines, for example.
It's going to be a Gyrocopter last pick for Scary Faces. A little bit vanilla, and Techies is now going to be without any sort of synergy. LondonConspiracy, though they are very melee heavy, they have the Boar, so making landmines a little bit worse in that regard. They also have the Zeus's free True Sight, which makes things potentially a little bit difficult for the Techies. It's not going to be the cleanest Techies game, but still up against the Undying, Bloodseeker, and Beastmaster, the Suicide is going to be forcing them to play in a super scary fashion. LondonConspiracy started out this draft pretty aggressively, but now they have this kind of weird mid-gamey strategy where they have what feels like a whole bunch of carry heroes, like a whole bunch of core heroes. Zeus Undying most likely to take the support roles, and together they don't actually work too well.
No, not really. And well, what is actually stronger here late game? I would say LondonConspiracy can actually wait out this game, and now that we have a Techies, this could actually... No, never mind. No, actually, I completely have to revoke what I ever said there, because now I think the late game potential really shifted towards one side, so LondonConspiracy are sort of a half-life here. And with the Techies, that's hard to push forward, actually.
Yeah, they have like decent late game heroes in the Shadow Fiend and the Bloodseeker, but Beastmaster, Undying, even Bloodseeker, Zeus, these are all just mid game heroes that do tend to fall off unless they're in a dominant position and able to just straight win the game off of some sort of early game push, some sort of timing item. Then it will be kind of difficult to deal with this Techies in the late game with Gyrocopter, Queen of Pain, Storm Spirit all farming in the background. This is a support Techies. This can very easily be punished by LondonConspiracy's side if they get their lanes correct. We'll see what those lanes are going to be. They're on the Radiant. They're going to put Skylark on the Beastmaster up towards top. Maybe next time, I'm not sure who that is. He's going to be playing the Undying, but we got Dawn. That's Keezer on the Shadow Fiend. Madra is going to be playing the Bloodseeker. That leaves us a Spartan on the Zeus.
Yep. And well, I'm not fully done with handing out the keys, but after the game I'm gonna continue, guys, when I just had the chance to drink a bit of tea. There's nothing really happening here on the side, and well, let's introduce Shadowy here on the Techies. That's number 1. We have Ramses on the Storm Spirit. On the other side, also trying to secure the rune somehow is Space 21. We have him playing on the Jarakopo, Egnard on the Winter Wyvern, and way behind him is Quista. Also a very promising player, to be honest, especially on the Queen of Pain. He always makes a good performance.
Yeah, his Queen of Pain is definitely something to be scared of, but I'm a little bit more curious about what's going to go on in this bottom lane. Storm Spirit off lane, that is in and of itself pretty weak, and the fact that Techies is here isn't really going to help out that much, especially when they kind of botch their block. This is going up against 3 heroes, one of which is going to be an Undying. He already stole a couple of stacks of strength, and Techies is not a tanky hero. Like, one lost strength stack right now, and he's less than 400 HP. Just with right clicks and minor nukes from LondonConspiracy, they can very easily get kills here. So this is a lane that is very easily punishable by the LondonConspiracy side. Yeah, they have to respect suicide, but that's about all they have to respect. They can just charge at Ramses. Look at this pressure they're putting on the Storm Spirit while committing pretty much nothing at all. Shadowy, oh, getting closer to the Zeus, but it's not going to happen just yet.
And look what we have in the mid. I mean, this mid gyrocopter, we saw it already once coming out yesterday, and with that rocket spam on the Shadow Fiend, it's gonna be interesting because it's zoning someone. So therefore, I kind of like this build. But then again, he kind of pursued this even further into it. He didn't leave it with just 1 point in rocket. He went for like all the way, and that kind of, I don't know, was not very impressive. So that's where I had the biggest question mark. Eknat is still sitting and waiting for that courier, and now let's see if he actually gets it. Courier's on the way, the little dragon, but it's going all the other way around. So they're well aware that something is going on.
He's just going to play this mid lane pretty safe, and the Winter Wyvern may just think he's a bad read on when exactly the bottle is going to come out. Techies has revealed that he's grabbed landmines at this stage, so now LondonConspiracy can turn up the heat, except for the fact that, well, Techies just grabs level 2. So yeah, this is actually not going to get punished as much as I really thought in this bottom lane. The fact that Zeus and Undying are the support heroes here is really going to hamstring them. If the Zeus was like a Skywrath mage or, you know, a Lion or something like that, they could poke and actually threaten the kill, but Zeus only has damage as a support hero. He has the True Sight later on, but that right now that's not relevant. And damage, though nice, is not super high with only level 1 Lightning Bolt, and he can't really sustain just spamming that out. Shadowy actually going to chase the Undying all the way across the map. The Techies is slightly faster. And, well, Undying is not doing anything in the meantime. Up towards top, Skylark is going to get jumped by Eknar and Quista with the double slows. They should have enough damage to kill him off, and they will. Eknar draws first blood as the Winter Wyvern.
Oh, that
Maybe
Undying!
Next time he's going to take it with another mine, and still the chase is on. Shadowy, the right clicks. Oh, well, Decay is going to nullify all of it. Here comes the Gyro. Doesn't have a missile, however. Techie's right clicks, I believe.
Orb of Venom.
Undying's gonna get
Orb
away.
of Venom, I tell you, best item on the freaking Techies. If he had an Orb of Venom, would have been an easy thing to do for him to actually claim that kill. And man, getting a solo kill on a Techies with right clicks, that is next level. I don't think that ever happened on this planet, ever. That would be a totally first in Dota 2.
You know, I was once playing Techies, I was up against a Centaur War Runner, and I was taking more damage from return than I was dealing. This was with old return at that. Techies' right clicks are just so crappy right now. 32 damage, even with Orb of Venom. I don't even know if that would have done enough to actually get that kill. But hey, it's an awkward as hell dual lane with Storm Spirit and the Techies, but they're getting a little bit of farm in Storm Spirit. Not as much as Madra, who's having
Also
a complete
top.
free time lasting up towards top. Yes, Skylark in a little bit of trouble once again. Shadow Strike, right clicks. He will not tick down to this one. It is a level 2 Shadow Strike, so it does quite a bit of damage, but just not enough. And now, well, bottom lane, never mind. Yeah, just a couple of poking and prodding attempts here from Scary Faces, keeping Skylark at arm's length. Yet still, this Beastmaster's level 3. It's not too bad. In fact, it's pretty good.
Yep, and still, the Techies is very aggressive in the lane. But of course, Madara, like, I mean, you negate, with a poor man shield, you pretty much negate almost all the damage of a Techie's right click. Just Orb of Venom could actually do something to you. Skylark, pretty aggressive here on Agnar. Agnar himself could Cold Embrace, and that would just, yeah, do the trick. The boar, of course, would be nice harass, but the boar didn't really catch up, so no danger whatsoever there. In the mid, well, that Gyrocopter finding something, also going very aggressive now into the top lane, and we have to see if that one actually works out. It's very early, and it's without the cooldown. He's 5.5, not 6, so that, of course, is a big problem.
Rocket Barrage still incredibly strong if he finds an opportunity there, but when you're going up against an Undying, that's always really risky, and plus your Rocket Barrage is going to be split by Skylark summons, so your skill cap gets a little bit lessened there. Still with double damage rune, he probably could have gotten something done on the top lane, but just not worth his time. Rather just going to sit in the bottom lane and just farm it up. Up towards top, it has devolved actually into a full dual lane with the Undying rotating away from bottom up towards top. Yeah, the Decay is certainly going to be nice to drop Quist a little bit low, but actually killing off this Queen of Pain is not going to happen without any CC up here. They need Skylark to get level 6 if they're going to get this kill, and all the kill potential, all the harassment potential still is in the hands of Scary Faces, even with this Undying's arrival.
Absolutely. So Serum 1, it's a relatively slow game. Usually we see more aggression out. I mean, they had the aggression, but it wasn't always enough to get the kills. And yeah, the techies couldn't finish the Undying the second time. Skylark actually made it out. So yeah, the attempts were there, but the results are just not really coming. However, that might change, for example, when the Gyrocopter is level 6, which happens now. There's still 40 seconds to go for the rune, but if he goes bottom rune and there might be a haste rune, for example, spawning, that's pretty much the way to go. With that, he could rotate into any lane and just kill someone. Even find the Shadow Fiend, who is really low at this point, just trying to go for these creep camps stacked before. So yeah, that's the opening we are looking for.
Mid lane across the board fairly even for Gyrocopter and Shadow Fiend. I expect the Shadow Fiend to have a pretty steady advantage in this lane, but the homing missile threat, man, it is certainly there. And you get hit with the homing missile, suddenly there's a Wyvern or suddenly there's a Techies, then you're just dead. For Scary Faces, though, they're going to Suicide Bloodseeker. Surprise.
Wow. Madara completely underestimating how fast that Mine procs. Mine plus Suicide, easy going, and the Techies is totally happy, but also the Beastmaster, oh, he's so gonna die from this one. Yes, Quista with a haste shown gets the Scream off, even steals the boar here at the end, so Skylark definitely not happy about this one. That's an easy 400 gold right there for the Queen of Pain. Oh, look in the mid. The initial damage on Spartan is there, but I think they have enough just to get rid of that rocket. The rocket himself might have actually killed him, because that's a level 2 rocket already. Quite some distance, but on top. Well, the Tombstone is out, but the right click's on the Undying. Now he's healing up, and that's pretty good, but we have no Roar. He's level 5. He can only try to chip, I don't know, something on the tail of the Winter Wyvern, but they make it out. So the aggression's there, Tombstone baited. They just don't get a hold of this lane.
This top lane is really, really rough. Haste Rune on the Queen of Pain is always going to be deadly. Up against a Beastmaster whose primary defensive mechanic is his boar, it pretty much nullifies that completely. So getting away with murder up towards top lane, and Quista is 1-0-1 right now, has quite a lot of CS. Not as much as the Shadow Fiend, not as much as the Bloodseeker, both of whom have had pretty free lanes. You know, the one Suicide Death excluded for Madra, but still, this guy has Rupture. He's level 6. He cannot get an easy kill on the Techies. Actually, no, he can, since Techies has no Suicide. Madra might just be powerful enough to just go ahead and kill this hero off, but the fact that Rupture is up is a big deal. He could go for a good portion of the Scary Faces heroes and get away scot-free.
Well, the good thing about it, what a techie already does, he puts some mines behind the tower, so if he feels that the Rupture might come out, he might survive running to the mines and then luring Madara in there, and since it's behind the tower and it's nighttime, for example, you have no idea that these mines are there. And there's also no danger that, like, the creeps, for example, run over it. That's something you can definitely do. We have another set of runes spawning and Undying. That's a position you don't want to be in here with the Zeus. They could go on Agnar, they could also go on Quista. I mean, the Tombstone is there, but actually go for it. And no, they have to play back because the zombies, they're just too great. But look at it go. Agnar, of course, in trouble. The zombies still on him. And yeah, well, Quista is gonna take care of it. But still, if they would have stuck around a bit longer, that would have been bad news. Too many zombies.
It's not worth it for them to actually stick around, because the only reason you go into that position in the first place is to try to get the rune, which was grabbed by LondonConspiracy, so you really don't need any more reason to stick around there. It is going to be a 3-1 lead still for Scary Faces, and it's going to get to a point very quickly where Scary Faces need to actually kick into gear with some of the heroes. Oh, Madra, he's going to walk into a whole pile of mines. Suicide as well. Probably unnecessary, but gets the kill anyway. And Shadowy is doing really well in this lane now. Is level 7, has those remotes up online. The rest of Scary Faces, however, they're working with Queen of Pain, they're working with Storm Spirit. Should be looking to make some sort of aggressive play onto LondonConspiracy's side soon. Because Gyrocopter, as this mid lane kind of nuker, is not really going to be the most devastating late game hero.
Yeah. But I kind of find it funny that Madara ran exactly into the trap. I've been like trying to explain that nighttime behind the tower, like you just wait till he wants to go aggressive, and then as the techies, you just lure him into that, and he really fell for it. Like, I don't think he's gonna make that mistake twice, diving that techies on the tower. I mean, right now he doesn't have mines, but he's so high in level as a laning techies that, like, alone going further in the lane is a big problem. He might actually see it since it's daytime at this point, so he will have a limit where he goes. Still, look in the mid. Oh, that's actually quite some nice damage here for the Zeus, but Spartan doing the right move here. There's a lightning bolt, not running into the second caller, and now that actually becomes interesting. With the second lightning bolt, we might see something, but he has PTs. He's way faster at the Zeus. The Zeus is at the moment blocking Dawn, and there's a decay spam, but nothing else. They can't really go for it. Is there a race uphill? Yes! they predict that one. There was not any vision whatsoever.
No, there was the Bloodseeker's vision kicked in, but
oh, he was
why
below?
would you TP there? Like, he was fine if he just ran.
Yeah, like I thought the Bloodseeker vision was not up yet. I didn't see the debuff, but okay.
It came in just at the last second, yeah.
Yeah. Then everything was fine. The raises. I mean, he could have also predicted that he might go for this play, you know, in case he gets. Oh, but look at this. Storm Spirit finding Skylark here, and he knows he's dead. He doesn't even get the roar off for any other rotation in, and whoever tried to TP there can't go for more. Oh, Undying.
That's so many land remote mines. That would have killed off the Undying for sure. But Shadowy wants more. He wants to get ruptured. He wants to bait the Bloodseeker in and then blow everything up. We have pings out from the Bloodseeker who says, okay, there's probably something here. They don't know exactly where it is. Usually it's going to be at this crossroads because, you know, there's two angles at which you can actually catch people with the mines coming from the south and coming from the west side. But, yeah, Shadowy still getting quite a bit on this bottom lane, and the rest of the team getting kills as well. They're even looking towards Dawn potentially right now. Split Blast is there. There's no curse. There's the burn and the missile coming with the call down. Dawn slow to a crawl. However, there's the roar from Skylark. They turn things around with one raise. Only going to connect though because the missile is going to land in time. Now Space 21 gets the rocket barrage still ticking away onto Skylark. Here comes Madra. Rupture is going to be used onto State. Gotta stop moving. Stuck in the silent circles. He's going to deploy a missile. Going to get healed up a little bit by the Embrace, but Dawn's another raise. That'll kill off the Gyrocopter. And Madra's still pretty darn fast. He's going to think about going for Eknart. Will decide against it. It looks like Techie's just with a suicide actually get a kill in the bottom lane.
Yep, exactly that. Like the suicide action normally without the remote mines actually killed the Undying. So whenever they are back, they still have to deal with those remote mines. It's kind of incredible. Now Techie's fortifying the mid a bit. They didn't get the tower here as a follow-up. It was a nice kill on the Gyrocopter because you saw how nicely Kaiser here was really going for the perfect distance for the raises, and then still carefully in case something's coming out from the Winter Wyvern. Of course, the whole thing would have been totally different if you had a Winter's Curse or anything to stop something, but that didn't really happen. So finally a good play by LondonConspiracy where you kind of feel that it was controlled, but Undying, if you would blow them up right now, I was about to say, then you could get the kill, and right there we go. So Techie's the second kill in a row on the Undying. It's such an awesome hero. Jesus Christ.
Feels so bad for that Undying. We also have a smoke up as the Winter Wyvern does grab his level 6. Techie's going to play it cool in lane, and Madra, he is going to see a free lane and say, hey, free gold. But suddenly there's going to be a Splinter Blast and a zip in from Rain. The Courier is here. Madra is going to get cursed immediately and dropped soon after. This Courier is sticking around. It looks like it wasn't spotted because it was still technically over trees, but Bloodseeker at the very least buys his Hand of Midas, and he's not going to get punished too much, but Queen of Pain up towards top gets punished. Roar into a couple of raises. That's a pretty easy kill.
Yep, like that was happening at the same time. Just, I don't know, like that was just Roar into raises. That is for the current HP of a Queen of Pain absolutely enough, and look what Space 21 is doing. That's why I love this rocket build. You can really zone out everyone, especially melees. There's just nothing you can really do. You work on the tower while he has to wait till that rocket finally lands on you, and you even have to go some steps back because it might actually just happen that like someone is waiting for that rocket to impact you, get you down to like, I don't know, 2/3 of your HP and then initiate on you, like the Storm Spirit. They have no vision where the Storm Spirit is, so that's why you have to be that careful. Top. Well, the tower is going down, so one step forward for LondonConspiracy. Still, when it comes to control, map control and everything, also the techies now starting with it. Mining here this choke point where everybody wants to go through to Roshan, wants to enter the jungle, or wants to come from the jungle into the mid lane. Like this triple or this tri-spot, whatever you want to call it. I guess Dota coaches have like a real name for it. Yeah, if that is mined, you control really like the southern part of the map.
Oh, Madra, don't go jungle. That's a bad place to be. But yeah, LondonConspiracy, they do have a really farm Shadow Fiend at this point, like 77.
Oh.
Well, it's a good thing you're on camera because I don't even want to look at techies at this point. I'm just like a little bit disgusted. He is again doing a good job at punishing this LondonConspiracy draft, but LondonConspiracy now are going to rotate the Zeus down to this bottom lane where he can finally find some value. A super farmed Shadow Fiend is... Oh, actually, no, they're going to get into a fight. Maybe next time with the Sonic Wave will get dropped immediately. Spartan's going to get killed with that one as well. Shadow Strike is there. That will take him down. Eventually, Dawn going to jump right in. Gets cursed, though. Mid-Requiem. Now, here comes the Suicide. Going to drop Dawn pretty low, but not low enough. Quista will get hit fully by their raise. Eknark going to get chopped down with the axe, but here comes Ramses. He wants his Keezer, and he will grab him as well. Spartan gonna slip away off to the left side, but ultimately it's going to be a 1-for-2 trade. If you don't count that suicide in, I guess it's not super relevant that he suicided there, but Shadow Fiend is worth so much right now, and the fact that Scary Faces brought him down is going to give a ton of gold into their pockets.
Absolutely, it was a beautiful play, also by the Queen of Pain. I mean, I don't want to analyze too much here, but like she was here, blinked up just to get the nice cone on both heroes. It worked out perfectly, killing the Undying instantly right there, and also clipping the Zeus. It was really beautiful play, I have to say, by Quista. That's why I said earlier in this draft, I was like, yes, I like Quista on the Queen of Pain, because he really has a good performance. He has like a nice awareness how and where everything goes. But the same goes, of course, for many other players. When it comes to vision and everything, I think the Zeus Spartan should do a lot more exploring work, just work his way through like certain areas of the map and make sure there are no mines, because this is getting out of control for LondonConspiracy. They cannot move anytime soon here.
Well, they're still getting a little bit of farm, and again, the late game power of Scary Faces is not really going to be tapped into. Though the Gyrocopter build for the laning stage is pretty effective. Oh, Shadowy linked upon, one raise gonna connect, landmine gonna be for the most part dodged. Now Shadowy gonna try to get into a corner, maybe TP out of here. No, he's actually gonna get help from Ramses and Quista both. There's no Sonic Wave. Maybe next time he's gonna survive for a little while longer, as they can't instantly burst down that Undying, and Dawn's gonna shove them all back. Now here comes Madra, very fast, 800 moves, double damage as well. One shot to kill off Eknart. Now he sees more targets, but he doesn't really want to go into this tower because of mines. They'll take down the techies, ending his mega kill. Oh, remote's still there. Dawn gonna get dropped kind of low. Madra is gonna fall back and actually go for Quista, who blinked way far in. Skylark with the Roar is gonna jam that one home. With the Sentry Ward dropped, they will see this last mine, and Scary Faces lose quite a few heroes. This Shadow Fiend is absolutely dishing, and Madra coming in with so much movement speed, plus a double damage rune, is unstoppable.
Yep, that was Scary Faces just not fast enough back. A lot of zombies piled up. They had to turn around, kill them, and suddenly Madara comes in, ruptures the heroes, has so much movement speed because like all of them were low and took quite a lot of damage, and still took a lot of damage. I actually thought it was over at some point, but the Shadow Fiend just came in, and the double raises on the techies. Techies also with cooldown on the suicide, so that didn't really work out, and that means LondonConspiracy equalized. We are 17 minutes in. Let's look into the graphs, because Scary Faces, they were leading all the time. It was equal for about 2-3 minutes, and now with the recent fight, actually LondonConspiracy gets the spike up, and we are looking at a tiny advantage. Still, for 17 minutes, like a 2k advantage, that could really go anywhere. And Scary Faces, well, they have to be careful that this is not getting too much out of control. There is Madara. Winter's Curse and techies would be a kill alone.
Well, right now, both sides kind of have a very similar mid-game oriented strategy, especially with the build that Gyrocopter has gone. And the fact that LondonConspiracy are ahead right now in the Shadow Fiend's farm is really significant, because Shadow Fiend has better scaling than any farmer on Scary Faces. Like a point booster on Storm Spirit, that's average. Queen of Pain has nothing as well. They're going to curse onto the Undying, calls some missiles down on him as well. He drops the Tombstone before he dies, and here comes Dawn. Channeling the Requiem will do so much damage to that Gyrocopter. Techies does commit suicide. They're going to try to go for the Wyvern, won't find him in time. But it's just going to be an even 1-for-1. Gyrocopter giving his life away for the Undying. Not a trade that Scary Faces should be willing to make. And the fact that Techies suicided there for nothing as well, just adds insult to injury.
Yeah, it's a 1-1 trade, but of course core for support, you don't really want that. I mean, nobody cares really about a techie suicide. Everybody's just happy when he has it on cooldown. So that's totally fine. But yeah, what I always admired by LondonConspiracy, how fast they just rotate in. I mean, they saw the opening on Undying, and nobody was finishing their creeps or anything. No, everybody was taking their feet and just, yeah, not even walking, just jumping directly on the enemy. That was so fast, so precise, and everybody knew their role. And that's why they had a nice turnaround. I was surprised not even more happened there to Scary Faces, because it was a relatively slow death by the Undying. And to be honest, if he would have gotten that Tombstone off with like almost a double creep wave there, and then Soul Rip himself, that might have even been a Undying surviving, but for that it was not enough. However, top, nice engagement here. Storm Spirit and the Queen of Pain on the hunt, getting a double kill here, and that is of course really, really bad news. The Zeus can't do anything about it.
And he will continue to not do anything about it, just with the damage that he's offering right now. Level 8, 20 minutes in the game is less than where any hero really wants to be, let alone a Zeus, who needs that experience to actually do his damage. 13-14 right now, and Scary Faces, they're not doing too terribly, but even with that double up on that top lane, I feel like they just need a little bit more, because Bloodseeker is working with the Hand of Midas, has a BKB in the works, and is only 1,000 gold away from completion. Force Staff is actually the pickup for Skylark. That's really surprising. It's not that good versus Queen of Pain and Storm Spirit. It's good about, at getting heroes out of the homing missile, but
Yeah.
Beastmaster, when he was very oftenly picked up, would go for Necrobook. And up against techies, you kind of want to go for Necrobook.
I guess so. I mean, they picked the Zeus, I think mostly for that reason, plus they have Sentry Wards. I don't think the utility item for stuff as such relatively early on, I could do quite a bit, to be honest, especially when it's Winter Curse targets and stuff like that. It's really cool. Also, the techie seems to go for a Yule Scepter, so I don't know, I have a good feeling about the Force Stuff. I think we might see the Force Stuff in action quite a lot of time and possibly helping more than a Necro at this point.
Well, we'll see. I just think that Necrobook has so much upside right now, like burning out the mana of Scary Faces as well. If you have a Gyrocopter who's going for this build, he's going to be a lot more reliant on his mana pool than normal, so the mana burn, the mana break of the Necro units could get them so much extra, but it's really going to hamstring the way Skylark can actually approach this game. Yeah, he'll be able to Force Staff into Aurora, and Initiation is certainly very nice up against the Storm Spirit and the Queen of Pain, but at the same time, if you get initiated upon, then you have that Roar, you have the mana burn, and you could do just as much, I would say even more, but who knows, it's probably never really, it's going to be impossible to find out if it would have been better to go for a different item or whatnot, but it is going to be both sides just farming it up right now. This Gyrocopter, he has the Ogre Club, he has the point booster. Did he actually go for Aghanims in the last game?
Yeah, he did. And it was good.
Sounds like it didn't work.
It was good, to be honest. Like, first of all, I mean, the funny part about the Aghanim's Gyrocopter is that you can actually farm a lot, even if you're, like, inside your base. You can actually farm a lot. Like, even if you want to, you can, like, cast it directly on a tier 3 tower of the enemy base and you kill the creep wave right there. You just have to do it at second 31 at the right position. It's kind of ridiculous. Not to mention that like nobody expects Aghanim Scepter. I mean, I think the last time I saw Aghanim Scepter besides yesterday was when the Aghanim Scepter of Gyrocopter came out and I did it in a test lobby. That's the last time I saw Aghanim Scepter on a Gyrocopter, but the Scary Faces, they bring it back in competitive Dota.
This is going to, again, limit their offensive power super late into the game. Usually you want your Gyrocopter to be, mid lane, Eknard going to get jumped, roared, and brought down. Just with one raise, one right click as well. Blink Dagger and Force Staff on the Beastmaster. Seems like Skylark thinks he's playing a Bat Rider right now. It's a decent way to build for initiating, and they get the kill in the end. So right now it's kind of working out decently for him. But yeah, it's only killing the Winter Wyvern for Scary Faces. I feel like they're sitting back a little bit too much. They should be looking for more kills. Ramsey's gonna get jumped by Dawn over towards the bottom lane.
Who wins this one?
Without the TP, but he should be fine.
Yeah, he has a nice sub forward, but there is a Beastmaster waiting. Unfortunately, of course, with cooldown on the Raw, they just use it on Eknard, but this long sap, and then suddenly on the other end, like if you nicely predicted it, a Beastmaster waiting for you, Raw in your face, and then, well, there's not much you can do at this point.
Well, there's an Ancient stack that is pretty steep right now that Scary Faces have been working on. It's very easy for Scary Faces, for LondonConspiracy rather, to jack that one. They're going to try to go for Roshan now in Scary Faces. They have Storm Spirit, Queen of Pain, however, blink forward, Eknard, one raise, two raise. Instantly the Wyvern is down. And Scary Faces Techie's not really good in this Roshan area, at least if he doesn't have any time beforehand to prepare. So Scary Faces might just give this one up for free to LondonConspiracy. Then LondonConspiracy can go for a push.
I mean, you say, like vision and everything if he had something prepared, but 1, 2, 3, and even on the other side also another Sentry plus Observer. So this Roshan was way beforehand prepared for LondonConspiracy, no doubt about that.
Wadra called down secondary missile to get the kill. Surprise, Gyrocopter has his Aghanim Scepter. It increases the damage of the second missile. I thought it was just overall increase, but what is it?
So, questions about Aghanim Scepter?
75 extra damage. You obviously get it for the range, and you get it so that Storm Spirit and Queen of Pain can make those plays. Is it better than going for a carry type build, though? I'm still not convinced.
I'm not so sure either, to be honest, but it's a nice item for farm. It's a nice item for that little surprise oomph. It's also good, of course, for Queen of Pain and Storm Spirit, because you have targets with the Shadow Strike. You kind of keep them in place. or just slow them with Vortex, you actually keep them in place, and regardless where the Gyrocopter is, he gets assists and he gets like some damage in, if long enough, even both missiles. How much is it? How much damage is it usually? Now I'm really curious. So it's never mind that. There it is, the Arcanum Scepter and the Queen of Pain. You know what? Never mind that. And also here in the mid we have action where actually Eknot again, the third time in a row, gets found out. But it's a 1-to-1 trade for the support, so I think that's something you can definitely do.
You only get a plus 75 damage boost, so it's not really that great for damage, but
it's global.
Definitely the flexibility is worth it. Over towards mid, Dawn, do you want to go for this one? He does have an Aegis, so you know, walking into this mine is not the end of the world. Spartan, though, does not.
Oh, Spartan! No. Come on, he just wanted, I think he just wanted to do the Lightning Bolt here to scout out whatever is here and there. Problem is, there was already the explosion, so a bit too close, and that is pretty much the end of this push. A nice little kill for the techies, but the techies can already feel that he is in trouble. What's even better now is that Scary Faces, they did a nice service here to LondonConspiracy, because they say thank you, a tasty triple stack that is, and it's gonna be taken down by Dawn, and that is some nice net worth coming out by him. He's 14.3k at the moment. He's 4.3k ahead of the Queen of Pain, which is at the moment leading the Scare Face net worth chart.
Shadow Fiend is going to be difficult to deal with. If he goes for a BKB next, which I feel like he might have to up against this call down, up against, well, Techies doesn't do anything up against BKB, at least nothing significantly relevant. I don't know if he can even get close enough. Down towards bottom lane, Skylark getting into a man fight with Ramses. Big ball landing away. There is no roaring range. Kind of close, but not close enough. So Storm Spirit does get away, and well, the bottom lane, the tower is down there, but still, it seems like Scary Faces, they have this kind of gimmick thing going on. They're getting a couple of picks, but what's their end game right now? Like, what do they actually do off of all these picks? Do they wait for like 6 slots on Storm Spirit and Queen of Pain? Do they just transition to now to damage on state 21? Doesn't seem like either of those things are strong enough to deal with what LondonConspiracy are getting in regards to their farm.
Absolutely, and well, look at the net worth. I actually had the feeling that LondonConspiracy kind of took over because they had decent trades and everything, but farming wise, Scary Faces is doing a good job, to be honest. But look at it, there's the global call down. All 5 heroes are getting hit, 4 of them by the second one. They use the mag, they use the soul rip. They're not fully back to HP, full HP. They still get a tier 2 tower, everything's fine. The mines here at the side, not enough to actually blow someone up, like casually, like Spartan last time. The first mines are getting planted here, but this is of course not really good. The first stasis trap are also coming out, which is very nice. Stasis traps is something you can never ever underestimate. They're ridiculously long in duration when they're 4 points into it.
And it's very easy to ignore them as well, because it's like, oh, we'll just get the kill instead. Like what Dawn is doing right now, trying to go for Eknart, punished by the stasis trap. However, this time there's no follow-up. He will get the kill on Eknart regardless with those raises. Now looking for Shadowy. Yule Scepter, not going to save the techies, although with the Storm Spirit zip in, it might. Dawn will lose his Aegis here, it seems. Looking for the Requiem beforehand. Will do barely any damage, although Shadowy will get dropped kind of low. Mines on the escape. Dawn gonna dodge that one. Sonic Wave will connect, but Dawn's still alive right now. Soul Rip to stay alive. Call down is there. Roar, however, onto Twist the Silence there as well. Madra gonna go to town onto this Queen of Pain. Will get the kill there. And the Aegis is only popped onto Dawn right now. He's gonna turn right towards State and just right click away. The LondonConspiracy side are not that healthy. Skylark might run into a remote mine right now, but still Dawn is swinging, and so is Madra.
Look, they're all moving.
Not safe.
If there was now the cooldown ready, oh, look at this mine. If this mine would have gone off on Spartan, that might have been something, but it's not gonna happen. We don't have a cooldown, anything. Oh, look at the Storm Spirit trying to find someone. Oh, the Vortex! The Vortex is not coming out. Ah, that was of course really bad timing there. Just a second earlier, and they might have found a kill on the Undying. Also, Spartan was really low. Actually, Spartan has to be super careful. How much is it? 5 seconds. Look at it go. I know he's gonna cast it. 2 seconds. 1 second, and there we go.
Oh, no.
Impact 1, and Impact 2. There we go.
Okay, you know what? As far as gimmicks are concerned, like watching techies, that sometimes is entertaining, but most of the time it's just like, ugh, I can't believe this is happening. Watching the Gyrocopter Aghanim Scepter gimmick, I'm okay with it, man. I'm okay with watching that because it's entertaining as all hell.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I saw this one really coming. I mean, Spartan being super greedy there, going with that low HP, knowing there's a global presence like the Gyrocopter and everything. Oh, top. This is so bad. Like, those mines are about to expire. If they jump on the gyrocopter, they jump into death and demise. They're going and they're dead. That was the best bait of all times. And this is also a gem.
The funny thing is that he had a gem.
Yes.
So there was one moment there where the Beastmaster, where Skylark is like, jump in, roar, his finger's on it, and he sees all the mines, and you're just like, oh shit, I'm just dead here. It's, you know, again, like, that's one of those moments where you're like, oh, techies, you're so adorable. But, man, they give up the gem now, concede it to the gyrocopter, who's probably just going to deposit it in his base or something like that.
This is one of those situations, like the last second before the train hits you, what do you actually think? I think that was about what the Beastmaster felt right there. I have no idea what he was thinking. His entire Dota life was, you know, passing by in front of his eyes, and oh well.
Oh, to be level 1 again. Oh, they're gonna jump in onto Spartan right now. Storm Spirit will fail to get the kill because of that Glimmer Cape. He does not have any True Sight. Maybe they do need that gem after all. But they are trying to go for the Tombstone. Some free gold perhaps for these Storm Spirit illusions. That's actually not bad, but they're looking for a little bit more. Madra's pretty quick right now. Rupture onto State. Actually, no, fogged out once, but won't be fogged out twice. Oh, there's a Mind Stack in the back line. They do get the Curse onto Daunting. Quite a bit of damage from his friendly, but now they're going to turn onto the Gyrocopter. He's going to get embraced. Madra going to walk right into the remote mines. We'll see them all, and now we'll back off. They'll take down State, and they should be able to retreat without losing anyone else. Did they actually see those mines? I'm not sure.
I don't know, but I actually thought the Techies is going to trigger them. I thought that might have been a kill on Madara, but he was not fast enough. Now there's a blink coming out by the Bloodseeker. He was like, oh, I'm not going there. And there it is. Look at it go. I think the Techies should have just triggered them in hopes that Madara is actually getting a lot of damage there. And maybe that's
huge Mind Stack though. Okay, it's spotted, so no similar play from the Beastmaster this time. Madara's actually magicking with the BKB, so triggering it would have done nothing. They'll keep throwing the mines, but Dawn's going to take down the tower. And Scary Faces with no Gyrocopter. It's not like Gyrocopter's a huge damage. They're going to jump in anyway, going for Madara, but he instantly gets forward. Sonic Wave over 5. Really well played by Quista, getting 2 kills, but Dawn retaliating with that Requiem. They force it to buy back in the Gyrocopter, looking for the call down. Madara teleporting away. Will decide to move out of the range. Smart play from Madara. Scary Faces hold their high ground, I suppose, but it costs them a buyback on the Gyrocopter. That is costly. He has the Demon Edge, which is nice, but it's not as good as an MKB.
Well, definitely. Still a nice push, to be honest. It's a 2-for-1 trade and a tier 3 tower on top. I think this is a trade that LondonConspiracy can do. That should be comfortable in their game plan, because don't forget, this is a game versus techies. This is a game versus a global press and Gyrocopter that will always push out the lanes, regardless where he is and everything. So, yeah, like, this tier 3 tower is actually a big success in my opinion.
As long as the bolts can continue to land, these remote mines are going to be a little bit less impactful. LondonConspiracy, they do have enough power right now to go for Roshan, which just recently respawned. Obviously, they want to get a pick off beforehand, as Scary Faces this time can contest, but Scary Faces, their gimmicks are not really working out for them. Like, they're right now on the defensive, and it doesn't seem like with the heroes that they have, they can go on the offensive anytime soon. They're going to get a call down to Skylark, which is, you know, whatever. It's going to hurt a little bit, but this is pretty much everything that the Gyrocopter has right now. He needs a lot more time to actually transition back into this core damage-dealing Gyrocopter role that we all know and love.
But that's why they have a Techie.
Get that time.
And that's why they have 2 other cores. I mean, I think this is the whole strategy. Like, with the Gyrocopter in this position, you add a lot of global presence and a lot of gankability with the Queen of Pain or the Storm Spirit doing all the work. You contribute with the call down. So, and that gives you all the time, plus the techies, of course, to actually transition into something. And so, in the end, if this game goes really long, you have triple cores, and that makes it so hard, of course. But now, what's the Storm Spirit doing here? That's actually a... Oh, whoa. Primal Raw. Almost.
Well, no one's gonna die, so that's fine right now. With the Roshan being cleared, with Madara having now a double life, it seems like LondonConspiracy are growing tired of this. They're gonna push in, but Dawn, no... Okay, well, he has vision of that. Oh, jump in from Ramses. Oh, they're gonna walk over anyway! What? What?
What was that?
What the hell was that? They were attacking them. I think it was the sentry that gave them vision of a couple, but not all of them.
That's why. Yeah. I think the sentry just gave them like these 3 or 4 something, but these, they were still invisible to them, so they were like, yeah, let's go. Ba-boom.
Oh, techies, you're so adorable.
I love techies games.
Piece of shit hero. Ice Frog, please.
Okay, that was very, very interesting. I mean, nobody had gem, so he lost the gem on that last endeavor, and therefore, I mean, with the gem it would not have been a problem, but with only the sentry guarding this one, that's pretty cool. By the way, this is actually the new tactic. Next time, as a techies, you don't destroy enemy sentries. You place the mines on the edge of the sentry range, just to completely misguide them.
Now that is next level, dude. That is truly next level. Ramsey's gonna get ruptured, but you don't want to follow a Storm Spirit when the enemy team has a techie, so it's a bad idea. Mod's gonna get glimmered. Walk over a landmine, not a terribly huge deal there. Is there another mine stack? There are 2 in the Dire base. There is a Radiant Sentry, which is going to time out. Observer Ward already there, however, saw the entire stack, and Shadowy now is not going to get away with any secrets. Call Down is going to try to thin the creep wave. This is enough to actually kill it off. Oh, unfortunately, the melee creep survives, so there will not be backdoor protection here for the Scary Face's side, should LondonConspiracy decide to just go for a push.
See, that's what you can do with the Arcanum Scepter. You just stop pretty much the push in its beginning, and the Gyrocopter even managed to get some damage on that tower here. Actually, it's not enough. The Siege Engine just dies on 14 HP of the tower. He needed just one more hit on a tier 2 tower, but now they smoke here in the mid. I'm not sure if that is really gonna be a surprise. We're gonna find out. There are just too many mines. Too many mines.
No, please. You saw it with the Sentry, didn't you? Okay, now you definitely see it. There's no excuse here for LondonConspiracy if they get picked off. Well, they're going to take care of the missiles, starting to deal with the landmines. Dawn getting a little bit close. The AoE of the remote mines is actually quite high, and Dawn's walking pretty close, kind of trying to bait it out. I don't really know what the end game here is for Dawn, but he will eventually clean out all the mines. There's a secondary stack, which I believe the Lightning Bolt also did scout, plus they now have another gem onto Skylark, so the push is going to continue for Scary Faces. This techie's gyrocopter shenanigans looks like it might be put to a stop right now as LondonConspiracy bust up the high ground, jump in, Sonic Wave onto a couple, curse onto Dawn as well. He has no Aegis, taking quite a bit of heat, but he will survive for a little while longer. Looking for the Requiem, he will get a little bit of help from the Glimmer Cape. Now with the Requiem charge up, will do a lot of damage to State. Will get the kill. Soap's gonna keep him alive. Mod's going deep right now, but into the landmines they're gonna walk. They knew that they were there. They'll take on the Queen of Pain regardless, and Mod is gonna pop right back up. They lost the Shadow Fiend, but in exchange for 2 heroes, they can continue this fight.
I don't think they can continue this. It's only Madara lively. The rest is very, very much close to death. There's Splinter Blast, there's Storm Spirit just coming in saying hello, but yeah, TPing out. That was just the random I sub forward and do a lot of damage, but that high ground is very well and alive.
Shadow Fiend needs some sort of resistance items right now. It's going to be the Satanic, so that will help them, you know, after the initial brunt to hopefully recover after all that. But LondonConspiracy, there's no way that they didn't see this mine stack with the Lightning Bolt of the Zeus previous. They just got careless right now, and against the techies, if you get careless, you die. It's that simple, guys.
Yep. I mean, there's also, like, if they want to go systematically at the moment, Scary Faces, they're fortifying what's pretty much in their mid. If you really want to go systematically and you just want to like stack up some nice net worth, you go top, try to get something done there on the tier 2 tower bottom. There's a tier 2 tower to grab. That could give them at least some net worth. But again, LondonConspiracy, I think they have a half-life on this match. The longer this goes, the more of a real traditional quarter gyrocopter gets. We already have the Monkey King bar. Now that he swaps away from utility into the real hardcore core, that's becoming a problem more and more. You cannot go anywhere high ground, you cannot freely move on the map, you cannot break high ground apparently. So this is really bad news. Where did he just use his in the mid cooldown? Every time I hear the cooldown, I have to search for the entire map where it actually comes. It should get like, you know, like relocate some indicator on the map or something, at least for casters.
Yeah, for sure, because this is like such a common item pickup that we need to implement that.
Shut up, come on. Be nice today.
This is the first time I've seen it. No one really does this. Yeah, it'll be kind of nice, but there's no way in hell Valve's going to waste their time on that.
No,
I bet they forgot that existed, dude. Like, this is not something that people go for.
Nah, Iceberg doesn't like us. He doesn't listen to us anyway, so no way. That's going to happen.
QQ all day. LondonConspiracy 22-23 right now. Very close to the Satanic on the Shadow Fiend, and then after that they could continue onwards for a little bit more action. I still think BKB would have been pretty solid. Maybe not up against the Sonic Wave, aggroed by the Queen of Pain, but Storm Spirit has an Orchid. There's a Techies at this point. And going for mid at this point, there's no signpost up just yet from Shadowy, but going for a side lane, as you said before, they're not being really protected by the Scary Face's side. They're relying on, you know, a couple of mines here and there, like a landmine or something, and then just the call down from the gyrocopter to keep that away. LondonConspiracy, they're just constantly going into this mid lane, and they know at this point for sure that there will be mines there. If they walk into them again, then I don't even know. I don't even know what happened last time.
Like with that mid lane and everything LondonConspiracy at the moment is doing, like they don't utilize their own jungle, just occasionally killing the ancients, like right now they're not using the enemy jungle, so they have an advantage of about 2k, but they have that advantage for the last 25 minutes. Like this is getting ridiculous. At 15 minutes they started to get this advantage, and now we are at minute 40 and nothing actually happened ever since, just running against tower by tower by tower. But Scary Faces, net worth wise, this game is not lost, or like they're not on the back foot or anything like that. It's LondonConspiracy really being stable. And look at it, call down, and there we go. No creep wave left.
I suppose eventually, if this game lasts long enough, then the call down will not be enough to kill off that creep wave. In which case, you probably sell this item, right? Like, this is only a temporary measure for this gyrocopter. He doesn't want to be doing this all day. He obviously doesn't have enough farm to really make that decision just yet.
He has 5 slots to fill. So,
yeah.
Easy going. And if it really gets... I mean, at the moment he has a bottle, he can sell that. He has an Aquila, he can sell that. He has a TP slot, he can sell that. So he has 3 more big fat items he can go for before he can even think about getting rid of like a Ganem Scepter. So, till then, it stays a nice utility item.
Well, right now, the creeps are going to deactivate the back protection anyway, but we have Scary Faces pushing down bottom lane. This is not a really fast push from the Storm and Queen of Pain. However, if they come in one at a time, LondonConspiracy, they can get some action on their hands. Well, it seems like it's not going to happen. Dawn being up high up towards top, not going to be punished just yet. There's a minor amount of towers being traded, damage being traded back and forth, but yeah, Scary Face is definitely on the most unconventional of ratting plans. Like, with Call Down and with the mobility of Storm Spirit and Queen of Pain, yeah, they could split push pretty well, I guess, but for how long? Eventually, I feel Beastmaster is going to catch up to one of them with the Blink Roar.
Yep, pretty much. I mean, the Queen of Pain, to be honest, she has a Yule Scepter, and then after that, she can go for BKB Blink out. If she's not too low, then the the Bloodseeker will not track her. But still, Roshan is gonna respawn in about, what is that, 10 seconds, 8 seconds, something like that. Really, really, really soon. They already check it, but unfortunately, it's not really coming. Where is it, Roshan? Come on, do it, Roshan.
1 second away. The bird dies, its corpse is in the Roshan pit, and hey, there it is.
Yep, there it comes.
And Scary Faces, they again have so much mobility, they do not have any mines in the area, and the Shadow Fiend can do this by himself, so it's, you know, zero commitment, or very little in the way of commitment from the LondonConspiracy side. They'll help out with the Medallion, obviously, but yeah, this is going to be Aegis, most likely for Dawn, Cheese for Madra, maybe vice versa, I don't know, but either way, Aegis and Cheese for free. They're going to smoke up and look for a pick-off to hopefully try to ride into the enemy base.
Yep. To be honest, I mean, I said it's not that good what LondonConspiracy is doing by like being all the time 5-man, because they don't really increase their net worth all over. But there's one thing, and that's I think where this is coming from, is the reason that, like, if they were alone, if just one of them were alone anywhere, they could easily get ganked by Queen of Pain as well as Storm Spirit. They're highly mobile heroes, and look at it, the split push is real. Tier 3 tower is going down top. To be honest, they could even jump on that Shadow Fiend if they knew where the Beastmaster is, but the Beastmaster was still smoked in the mid. If he was not smoked and they saw him here, I'm pretty sure the Storm Spirit would have just jumped on that Shadow Fiend right there, bait a BKB or anything like that, or in a rotation.
Tombstone deployed down towards bottom lane. Madra's really quick right now, but his BKB is going to time out. Shadowy kind of swarmed with zombies right now. The lightning damage from the Zeus will force the suicide out. Quista is starting to bleed right now. Blink out as the Rupture does fade. And LondonConspiracy, without their Shadow Fiends, can't really afford to take a full-on fight. They do get rid of the techies, so maybe have to worry about a couple of less mines in the end. And well, Madra with the homing missile. What a shitty skill, not even doing any damage. But there's a giant stack of mines here. And Madra, don't you dare go up there. Okay, Bolt's going to reveal everything. This is where you really want to have more ranged heroes. Shadow Fiend is coming down the mid lane, kind of slowly, however. They will eventually get to this tower, but do they really want to push it right now? They still have the Aegis Cheese, so I guess now's the time, if ever there is a time. But the Mine Stack is going to clean up the creep wave really quickly. Dawn, don't get too close, dude. They have to have a bird in a good position, and they do see... Oh, Dawn! You don't really want to blow the mines in the Aegis, but now here comes the call down. doing a little bit of damage to Dawn. With this Satanic, he won't really care too much about this. Ball ending in, however, from Ramses. Wants Skylark, not going to find him. In fact, Skylark's going to come to him with the roar. Ramses going to get like 3-shot by the Shadow Fiend. And that's 1 kill. Madra, no! Okay, BKB, he's fine. He's going to go straight towards State, who is currently bleeding. The Sonic Wave is going to fly over the top. State 21 going to get kept alive, despite Spartan's ultimate, despite the Lightning Bolt follow-up. State, now with the Lifesteal, is going to get a little bit of extra regen. He was cursed up by the Bloodseeker, actually, with this Blood Rage, and it ended up healing him. But still, bottom lane is going to survive. They're going to try their luck mid, but there are a lot of mines here as well.
I mean, they saw that he used the Mind Shield, or like, wait, what's the official name on this? Damn it, like, as a caster I should know that, but who covers so many techies anyway? Minefield Sign, okay. What did I say? Mine Sign?
I don't know. I don't listen to you.
I said something very close to it, okay? Does that count? Anyway, so it's the Minefield Sign, and after they saw that this was popped up, they clearly knew, okay guys, we have to swap mid. So, because it's a 6-minute cooldown. So, 6-minute, no Minefield Sign in the mid. Jesus Christ. Can we just call it this sign?
Gotta dance around those mines. Spartan providing, of course, the vision with that Lightning Bolt, and Skylark also has a bird in the area, which Quista will take care of. But the mines slowly but surely will get dropped. Silent Circle on the deck. Brave Boar going in. Will get blown to shreds. And now Dawn's going to work once again on the Raxes. He has so much damage right now, especially with that Blood Rage on him. That Scary Faces, they have to go soon. Throwing a missile, Dawn's going to take some heat, but he has the Aegis, going to go straight towards State 21, and State getting roared up is going to get helped out by the Winter Wyvern, cursing to Dawn as well, but that's not really going to do that much damage. Now winding up the Requiem, Dawn will finally get this one out, doing a lot of damage to everyone, Modern in the backline as well, going through Queen of Pain. God's Wrath will take down the Gyrocopter in the end, as Dawn does pop right back up. Scary Faces with now Gyrocopter will struggle to defend right now. They have Fortify, but Dawn's still very healthy. Doesn't have a Satanic, but he just has that passive life still back in the back end though. Ramsey's gonna jump in, assassinate the Undying, get back into the high ground, buyback from the Gyro. He's gonna land right into a Silent Circle. He doesn't have a BKB. Ramsey's gonna jump forward for a little bit more, perhaps. Skylark doesn't have a Roar. Quista is gonna jump to the Yule Scepter, gets the Bloodseeker up in the air, but State once again is all alone. What is he doing here? Again, he's gonna get embraced. The Razes will take him down, however, Madra's gonna tear the Winter Wyvern in shreds. Now into Shadow, he's gonna try to go. No mana for a suicide. He's gonna claim a double kill, buyback from the Wyvern, but still the Raxes are in trouble right now. Madra will claim melee. Range will survive, but as soon as you lose melee Rax, your range is pretty much forfeit as well. LondonConspiracy finally break through.
Yep, that was actually really well played, I have to say. I mean, by LondonConspiracy, waiting, sticking together, see if they're really that greedy, and yeah, Scary Faces, they proved they were greedy. Problem is, they still went, even though after Storm Spirit, like, subbed twice really long, he had 0 mana whatsoever left. Quista had no steam to whatever he does anyway, because the Sonic Wave was on cooldown, and you were also too far away to some panic plays around mines whatsoever, so yes, LondonConspiracy did the right thing, and Scary Faces just agreed there to get something out of the buyback. That just didn't work out. Gyrocopter after the buyback has to, yeah, I don't know, suffer, how long was it, 70, 80 seconds, something like that, in the fountain, and that means LondonConspiracy, they keep on pushing.
This Gyrocopter needs so much more farm to make the plays that he's making right now. He's kind of just going forward, all alone, not that much backup. That's a play you make if you have BKB Satanic, but he doesn't have either of those items just yet, and it doesn't seem like he will get those items for quite a long time. Dawn's gonna jump right in, looking to go for Eknart. Raise number 1, not gonna do it. Raise number 2 will be canceled by Yule Scepter. The rest of the team can't really help out because they don't have blinks, and they have to go through mines if they want to help. So Dawn's gonna get away regardless of that fact to take down the rest of this mid lane. And will that satisfy LondonConspiracy? It seems like they're gonna back off for a touch more farm at the moment, seeing that everyone on Scary Faces is now up, but like this is slowly but surely turning into LondonConspiracy's game to lose. There's 6,000 gold in the Shadow Fiend. He can replace the mechanism with any given item, something like an MKB or a Daedalus, to make things so difficult for Scary Faces. Then at that point they have to burst down the Shadow Fiend and hope he's not holding an Aegis.
Yeah. Now, I mean, LondonConspiracy is a team with a lot of potential. Actually, like many months ago, when I saw this stack the first time, and nobody knew them, I was like, this is after BBC, the second team that will make such a great rise. The same I pretty much said about Hellraisers, for example, and it was true. The only, of course, downside is that if a team is very young and everything, they sometimes make decisions that are very rushed and they're not playing carefully. This game, however, after they got beaten by Lemon Dogs, which, I mean, they transition into some sort of arch enemy by now. Oh, never mind that. Stop my thought, because they go on the Bloodseeker here, but the damage is not really real. Now, BKB on a Glimmer Cape, everything's going in. There's the Roar, holding the Storm Spirit in place, but nice little call and praise. at least for now helping him. And look at the right clicks here with the Skadi. The Gyrocopter is going down. Another 80 seconds into the fountain. That Tombstone is not really catching out anyone. Storm Spirit has still enough mana, and Egnard wanted to TP out, but that didn't really work. And even the Zeus ultimate committed to that just to make sure he actually dies either here or in the fountain. And just to finish my thought, what they play right now together is very, very disciplined, very straightforward. And I mean, you saw it in the netcraft. Like at what, 45 minutes they started to fight because they had the Aegis, and then from there on they spiral on just because they have the advantage. Now, however, well, they have to get rid of those mines first.
Ooh. Dawn baits it out really well. You know, that was probably unintentional, but either way, the mines are gone now, and that's the bottom line. No Gyrocopter again. It's up to Storm Spirit, Queen of Pain, and Techies, and I don't know if they can actually stop this. Bloodseeker is very quickly going to rejoin this fight because he does have those boosted travels, and Dawn has a Sheep Stick waiting. There's a Lincoln Sphere on the Storm Spirit, and best case scenario for him, he absorbs the Hex with that Lincoln's, but the Queen of Pain doesn't have that luxury. She has BKB, so which will save her for a little while longer, but she jumps in with the BKB popped. Dawn is just going to right-click her to death, and there's pretty much no two ways about it. She's just simply not tanky enough to withstand that. Madra's flirting with these mines right now. Where's this Beastmaster, man? He still has the gem, right? He does, but he's just not in a good position right now. Oh, they're going to try to go for Ramses. Looks like the Hex was absorbed by the Lincoln Sphere. So, gotta maintain that awareness for LondonConspiracy, but still, if they take down the entirety of the bottom lane, they can just shuffle up towards top lane, slowly but surely clean the mines, and then, well, chip at the Raxes until they actually have Megas.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, this is one Rax down. They found a good way to like really go through these mines. Yes, it is painstaking. Yes, it's completely brain killing, but in the end, you get through step by step. And now, of course, you have the advantage that like mid and bottom is also pushing in, which means this is more pressure, more pressure on it. And they do a nice smoke, maybe a wraparound through the mid into whatever shows up, like the Gyrocopter. There we go. He's almost down, but a nice Winter's Curse is slowing the whole thing. However, yeah, bad position for him right now. They're still trying to somehow get him alive. 80 seconds, another one, and look at Madara. He's gone fully hem. He's so freaking fast. And now Queen of Pain, there are the right clicks, no way. And Storm Spirit is the last survivor. Good game, well played, indeed well played by LondonConspiracy. They take the first one of this series.
3 people first half Dawn in that fight. Like, he was shuffling all over the place. It's so weird to see, but this is definitely a situation of slow and steady. It may not always win the race, one of my favorite sayings, but at least it doesn't end up splattered on the walls. And up against Techies, I think it probably is not going to be any more appropriate. The end game plan of Scary Face's gimmicks, I'm not really sold on it. Like, this Gyrocopter Aghanims was cute and everything, but they needed someone else to really do the right-clicking damage, aside from a Queen of Pain Storm Spirit, if they really wanted to make this happen in the late game.
Absolutely, and, well, that all being said, guys, my name is Heflamoke here, but Mr. Mikelorus, you are, of course, on the Razer channel. They made the whole thing possible alongside with Hitbox, so it's a nice little fun tournament before the big TI, of course, starts. One more reminder, Razer gives another keyboard away, the Razer Black Widow, after the series, and if that's a 2-0 or a 2-1, that's what we're gonna find out in about 5 minutes, so stick with us, talk with us in the chat, give us some feedback wherever you like, of course on our social media, that would be much appreciated. I also try to get the keys out, I promised, between the games, but yeah, copy pasta is slow with me today. So see you guys in game number 2.